here, and want to present you some use cases that I worked with in the data science area, connected with cars and with the cattle. Let's see how how the time goes on. So. Here I listed what is a data science project means for me, and perhaps a lot of you know all the steps. That's why I just start with explaining my first use case. We had a customer that was interested in a data of second-hand cars selling all over the Europe. And actually, they wanted to get all the data of the cars and predict, for example, the price. And so we had to collect this data and define as well in the beginning what are the features that we have in order that they can predict the price. Well, but we met a problem, and the problem was the following, that that appear in many use cases, but currently here we have like 100,000 ads per day, but it doesn't mean that it was all cars that were sold. The thing was that one car was sold, or was put it on the website as an ad by car dealers several times using different channels. Moreover, it was not always the same photo, for example, or sometimes even the parameters may differ. But as well, to make it more complex, there was as well partners of these car dealers that put the same car on the other channels or on the same channels. So the problem was actually that one car was presented with different ads, and usually in most of the cases cars are sold by car dealers. And in order to support our customer in the next step for the price prediction, we had to solve this problem, that we first surely collect all the data. And in order to clarify what I mean with the data, that was a manufacturer, model, a version. You know what is the fuel, what is the mileage, and what is the color. Like here, the most important parameters are defined. And surely there is a big deal with standardization, because in one case there is a Volkswagen written, in the other case is a VW, and so on. So it's always a big deal with the data and data collection and data cleaning, you know. So it takes really a lot of time. And after that, here's something what I want to come here with a message, that that was the first step, how we solve this problem, detecting one car that is presented by two ads, for example. So maybe to make it more clear, so if we would send our customer all the ads that we collected, and he would calculate or predict the price, then it will be skewed, because some of the cars are presented with 100 ads, while the other is presented only with one ad. So it was not good data quality. So, and the first idea we came with the final first idea we came with was actually a really simple one, and it's what I want as well to give a message here to start simple. That we take that is actually the problem of this deduplication. Is known as well in computer science for a long time, like a record linkage, for example, or entity recognition, a kind of. So, and firstly, we filter out all the cars, so let's say cluster them, all the cars that have a high probability, all the ads that have a high probability to belong to one car. So let's say I don't want to have an ad from Volkswagen, Passat and Volvo to compare them. It won't be reasonable. So it means that I put all Volkswagen Passat from 2016 with a mileage 100,000 in one set. And as well sorted according to the first registration date of appearance, as well use some sorting for parameters. The idea was here actually to put it in one, so put each two ads that are quite similar in one row, in one one vector where I have the similarities between different parameters of these two ads or these two cars, and then actually use just logistic regression to detect how the to detect if these two ads are, or if this vector with similarity values so has a high value and high probability, and it means that these two ads are actually show the same car, or the similarity values are quite different. It's just a very primitive here example what should come out. But anyway, we came. I didn't wrote here, but we had the problem or the request to make it clear for a customer how we solve this problem, and that was this solution was really useful. And you can start with the neural networks, or even with a random forest, but maybe random forest is a bit better. And it's really sometimes hard to explain, but if you use a simple model, that is something you can satisfy your customer much quicker. We get quite a good precision recall, about 90%. Although definitely it depends on how much entities we use. So, and that's why I say that it should be only the first step, and so that we used actually this logistic regression as a base model, and try other models. And it's actually I'm not going to go deeper into details because I want to show as well the other case, but this is the message that I want to bring, that it's usually useful to have the base model, and then actually based on this logistic regression we get a pretty good idea to what parameters are interesting and which are not. Well, but surely next steps were including more labeling entities, feature engineering, and automation monitor and adopting, because just having a model that find this deduplication won't work for long, because in this case, new cars are coming, new models are coming, and some, I don't know, more hybrid cars are coming. So it's the situation has changed. So it's really, really important to monitor your cases, your precision and recall with the serving data, not only with the test data. Well, so I see I have some time. Actually, I wanted to say as well what were the lessons learned. So to start with this simple solution, we managed to ensure customer to work with us. So and that was reasonable to solve it quick and dirty. We get an idea what features are quite important, what parameters of cars are important. Well, but I see here the problems, like you have in many cases you have to label the data where so that I can learn better. Moreover, what's not nice is that data need to be pre-filtered. So what I see maybe is even more intuitive, that you put all the data in one as one data set, and then I get the clusters of ads which are similar, although there will be a lot of ads, or you put all the pairs of ads that I use as well in this logistic regression, and find the clusters of these pairs, where there will be just like cluster that is very similar ads, not so similar ads, and not similar ads at all, let's say. So there is a different approach, sure. The one thing that I wanted as well to tell you shortly, to tease you maybe a bit, that and you saw that I name it my presentation Cars and Kettles, because the other use case I worked with was in the agriculture, and it was devoted to cattle life cycle. And that is like the message here is what I wanted to bring is just you can use data science everywhere, and there's everywhere you can find usage for it. So just think about there's a huge a number of nice apps that monitor the menstruation flow of women, and there's actually the reality is that a lot of women get pregnant, so I'm happy about that. So the question is, why shouldn't we do the same with cows? And so really, that is something really, really useful for farmers to find out when a cow is ready to be fertilized, when the insemination should take place, and that's something that I've done in the other done in this other use case. Maybe I have a bit more time to talk about it later in the group. But anyway, that's as well possible with thankfully to data science. So anyway, what I wanted as well to ask, when I finish the data science project, it's really important to celebrate the victories, think about good and bad things, and share with other people